Not used to those. Wayne is, but I'm not. John, thank you for going through the history of this prestigious award. I think that's important for us all to understand, and certainly the recipients should understand that. And Jim, can't thank you enough for stepping up, and yeah, I know that's a lot of fun to have to do that. But I put you on the spot and you performed, so thank you very much for that heartfelt introduction. Amber, it's so good to see you here too. You know, we hadn't connected in a while, so good to see you. I've got some notes here because I don't want to forget anybody. You know, everybody in this room is really important to me, but I am going to point out a few extra special folks. But I got to tell you, I really love this event that we do every year. It feels like to me a family reunion. It really does. After more than 40 years as a member of this organization, you know, my friendships in this industry have kind of crossed over into that rare space we call family. And so that's what I call the folks in this room is my NAIFA-Dallas family. And I'm just happy that you're here and that you're supporting this event. Thank you very much for being here. I'm also excited about Lane's award afterwards. Congratulations, Lane. I'm excited to see you finally inducted into our Hall of Fame. And to all the other honorees this evening, congratulations. So I'm both honored and humbled to be selected as this year's recipient of the Mel Meyers Member of the Year Award. You know, to be added to this list, you saw the list on the back of the page. It started in 1978. So Steve was the first one that got it here tonight. But it started even before your time, Steve. So, although I think you were probably around then. I was. But that's an impressive list, and especially, you know, the namesake of this award, extra special because I knew Mr. Meyers. I got to work with him and see what kind of a person and producer and advisor he was. So it's a special honor. I'll cherish it always. Okay, I'm going to thank a few people, so bear with me here. I don't want to forget anybody, so I've got a list here. I got to start off with The Rock. The Rock, who has anchored this organization for more than 37 years. Our executive director, we like to call her mom, right? Karen True. Karen, yeah, please. As we know, in any volunteer organization, you got to have somebody that's steady and strong in leadership, and that's Karen. She's well known, and there's none better in the NAIFA Federation than Karen True. And we're really fortunate to have Karen. I will just say her work and the legacy will be felt for years to come. So thank you, Karen, for your support. Karen's right hand for many years, Pam Thompson. Pam, thank you for all your help and your service to NAIFA for many years. I want to call out Steve Harris again and Ruth Shannon all at once. You guys, I think, will remember this, and I'm not sure whether to thank or blame, but the two of you kind of teamed up on me back in 2016 and convinced me to run for a director spot on this board at NAIFA-Dallas, which I did. So
it was a bribe.
It was a bribe. It worked. So I thank you, both of you, for the nudge and for the vote of confidence. So thanks again. You know, everyone needs a cheerleader, and I got to tell you that Cynthia is my cheerleader. Cynthia Mook, she has really provided just a gracious amount of support, encouragement, and some wise advice regarding some of my association projects that I've taken on. So I want to thank Cynthia for her support as well. Now, I know you're all tired of standing up, but I've got to do this. Past presidents, Drescher, Boozer, and Schiller, and our current president, Brent Hill, I would love for you guys to stand up with the current NAIFA-Dallas Board. Just real quick, stand up. I want you folks to all look at this group of folks and understand what they've done, and I'll just call it stepping up. And I also recognize that this is a group that fought through I call it the post-COVID time for NAIFA. It's been a struggle for many groups and many associations, and we were no different. So I want to thank this group for stepping up to the plate. Thank you very much. Okay, switching gears a little bit, I really couldn't be here without the support and really the example that's been set by my work associates at the DI Center. This table right over here. I'll say exemplifying leadership and what I'll consider one of the best role models in our business, Andra Grana. Andra not only has built and led a huge, very successful agency, but his leadership and contributions in the association arena are just amazing. They inspire me. So I want to thank Andra for his service to our country, to our industry, and for your friendship, Andra. Thank you for your support. Jim Coyle is like a brother. He's almost young enough to be a son, but we'll stick with brother. But Jim, your commitment to our business partnership, as Jim and I do a lot of joint work, as many of you know, has allowed me to devote a lot of time to NAIFA and association duties. And I want to thank Jim for his sacrifices and dedication to our partnership. Thank you, Jim. Okay, Derek, your turn. I've got to pick on you. I'm really just so excited, so proud of you to graduate from the Lilly program last month at Houston. That was a lot of fun. And I'm really excited about you joining the Dallas Board. Derek's one of our newest members to the board. He stepped up to be secretary this year for NAIFA-Dallas. So I know that your ideas and your contributions are going to prove to be invaluable to this organization in the critical years that we're looking at ahead of us. Your mom's proud too, by the way. So, and Rachel, I'm not going to forget you. Rachel, our communications administrator for over 10 years at the DI Center. Everybody knows Rachel's voice, and she's been a fixture at the DI Center. Means the world that you're here. So thank you for being here, Rachel. Okay, I'm going to switch, and this is going to be a lot shorter because I got to tell you, and some of you have heard the story already. I was going to switch from my NAIFA family to my home family, and I had intended for my daughter Lauren and her husband Drayton, with my 3 grandsons, to be here tonight. We had tickets, and we were all ready to come. But my daughter calls me this morning, almost in tears. Dad, I just tested positive for COVID. And she didn't sound very good either. She had some pretty yucky symptoms. So we talked about it and just decided best if they stay put. So I'm sad. I'm a little disappointed that they're not here to meet my NAIFA family, but hopefully we'll have another time we can do that. So I just wanted to mention that. My son Ryan also, he was at the award I got a couple of years ago. He came from Houston, and I didn't give him enough. He's a world traveler, so I didn't give him enough notice for him to get here. But he sends his best and his love to all. I want to tell you a real quick story about my daughter, and again, some of you know this. She lives literally across the street from us in Coppell, in the neighborhood that she grew up in. She and her husband bought a house, very, very close to us, and essentially they've set up what I like to refer to as grandparent heaven. Karen and I enjoy our grandparent heaven. I was reminded of that this morning because I get the blessing of walking my 2 little elementary grandsons, a 1st grader and a 4th grader. I get to walk them to their elementary school, which is the end of my block. end of our block, right? Because they live just literally across the street from us. And I was reminded of this morning because I got to do that. And, you know, it's kind of cool because their mom, my daughter, and their Uncle Ryan walked to the same school. So it is very reminiscent for me. And I got to share this too, and I think many of you heard this song, but walking out this morning, it reminded me, this is really not me walking them, they're walking me. It's one of my strategies to stay young, and I'm so reminded of Toby Keith's song. Have y'all heard the song? Don't Let the Old Man In? If you hadn't heard that song yet, I bet Lane's heard it. You gotta get your little band to sing this. Don't Let the Old Man In. Beautiful song, and especially with Toby's passing recently, he actually sang that song at an awards banquet about a year ago, and you need to get that rendition of it. It's just beautiful. But that's my motto: don't let the old man in. Well, the good news is Karen's here. So I'm so happy Karen was able to make it. As again, many of you know, she's pretty much on call 24/7, as she's the primary caregiver for her 94-year-old mother who lives 5 hours away in Lubbock. So there's lots of dropping things and running to Lubbock. She's made so many trips to Lubbock, we've lost count. Her car's got well over 200,000 miles, and those are all Lubbock miles. Anyway, we never know when that's going to happen. We had planned for her to join me in Houston last month for the NAIFA-Texas conference, and as luck would have it, she had to be in Lubbock. Her mother had a fall, and she had to go attend to that. Everything's fine, but we missed her in Houston. But Karen, I'm glad you're here this evening. Like Karen Evans is the rock of the Evans house. If my kids and my grandsons were here, they would confirm that, I can promise you. My sweetheart for 45 years and still counting. I just love you more than you'll ever know, and I appreciate your dedication and support. Thank you, George. Okay, I'm going to wrap it up. I've got a few observations, I call these, food for thought. You know, we're all blessed, everyone in this room, to be part of a very noble industry. This association, NAIFA, brings us all together, and it not only strengthens our profession, helps us, but it enhances the lives of those we serve. My prayer is that events like this tonight can motivate us, inspire us, as committed members, which are all the people in this room, quite frankly, to go forth and recruit new members. That's our task. If we don't, our voice is going to be snuffed out, quite frankly. We've all heard the wagon analogy, I know, 1,000 times. But friends, the wagon is overloaded. It's grossly overloaded today. Every individual in our industry, every individual in the insurance, financial services industry is getting a ride in this wonderful NAIFA wagon, reaping all the benefits. But there's only a few of us actually pulling the wagon. Again, those of you in this room are the pullers. We've got to convince more of the free riders to exit the wagon and help pull the load. And that simply means just joining us. Just joining our ranks as a dues-paying member. We're not asking them to serve on the board or become the president. We're just asking them to be a member. I'm convinced there's no better equipped group than all of us in this room to communicate the tremendous value proposition that NAIFA membership delivers. So my charge is to go forth and prosper, and may God bless all of us in this mission. Thank you, NAIFA. Appreciate it.